DuckStation is an emulator which was originally designed for PS1 games and was focused on increasing performance in low-end devices. Recently, a new port of DuckStation has arrived for the Xbox Series console, which produces marvelous results, with games even running at native 4K resolution and can even internally upscale any game to 4K. In addition, games run on locked 60 frames per second, which is a lot considering most games in this category don't even have internal 60 FPS. DuckStation also features texture filtering, true color rendering, and fixed texture warping for improving textures and PGXP for geometric precision. In this regard, YouTuber Modern Vintage Gamer has made a video showing the performance of a couple of games such as Crash Bandicoot, Tekken, etc. But the most impressive was Gran Turismo 2. To use DuckStation on Xbox Series consoles, users will have to put their console into developer mode, for which a license can be purchased from Microsoft. After installing the emulator, users will need to upload a BIOS image to the local state directory or can place it on a removable USB drive, but will have to point to this path in the settings. Likewise, then users will need to place games on either the local state directory or the USB and let the app scan for games. DuckStation can really provide a wonderful experience for the fans of emulators and who wish to enjoy old games on Xbox. And speaking of Xbox, one game that has been trending on the Xbox Game Pass is the cyberpunk adventure The Ascent, developed by a 12-man studio Neon Giant. It is a solo and co-op action RPG based on the story of a mega corporation, the Ascent Group, which owns almost everything but has now collapsed, in turn demanding back its debts. As a protagonist, players must carry out dangerous tasks to pay off their debts and fight dangerous enemies, all while exploring the causes of the Ascent's demise. The game offers pleasing aesthetics and the level of detail is excellent, not to mention killer soundtracks that go along with the environments, making it a must-try. This week, the Pokémon company has released tons of details about its upcoming open-world game, Pokémon Legends Arceus, which is launching on 28th January next year. The game is set in the majestic Hisui region, which was the old name for Sinnoh, back when people and Pokémon didn't live close in harmony. In the center of this region is Mount Coronet, surrounding which are distinct environments having their own natural features, and Pokémon ecosystems such as the Obsidian Fieldlands, which hosts Pokémon that favor meadows and forests, while a place called Jubilife Village, which is also the center of operations for the Galaxy Expedition team, will serve as the base of operation for the players. The Galaxy Expedition team is made of a myriad of people who have come from all regions to study this region and includes numerous corps such as the Medical Corps, the Survey Corps, and the Security Corps. Players will receive their surveying assignments from this village and will have to come back after completing them. Additionally, Jubilife also has institutions and services such as a place to trade Pokémon, etc. Furthermore, players would be able to choose from Akari or Ray as the protagonist of the game, and their mission would be to meet every Pokémon species in the region to make the first ever Pokédex. Professor Laventon is the lead researcher of this project, while Commander Kamado is the boss of the Galaxy team, who is harsh at times but is trusted by everyone. At the start, players will have 3 choices as their first partner Pokémon: Rowlet, the Grass and Flying type, Cyndaquil, the Fire type, and Oshawott, the Water type. Apart from these, there are numerous types of Pokémon in the region, with some only appearing under the right conditions, such as the time of day or the weather, and the main legendary Pokémon is Arceus. Coming to the gameplay, unlike previous turn-based games, in this the battle will begin seamlessly as soon as you deploy your Pokémon near a wild one. Each Pokémon can learn 4 moves at a time, and there are 2 styles of unleashing them, either Agile style, which increases speed but decreases strength, or Strong style, which does exactly the opposite. The players will have base camps at several locations for them and their Pokémon to rest, as they won't be able to progress without restoring their health, which can decrease from either fall damage or wild Pokémon attacks. The game also has a crafting mode that will let players craft different items, including a Pokéball, from various materials they find throughout their journey, and can do so at the base camp or the Jubilife village. To many fans' disappointment, the game won't have any ranked mode, which lets players battle each other, but interaction would be limited to only trading. It is too bad that the game will be a Nintendo exclusive. However, Pokémon fans, don't worry, as the 5v5 MOBA title Pokémon Unite is coming to Android and iOS devices on 22nd September. The game will be cross-platform and is open for pre-registration, and all who pre-register will get a Pikachu Unite license and special holowear depending upon the number of registrations. Recently, there have been a lot of developments in the world of online gaming, starting with the announcement of Call of Duty's next title, Vanguard, releasing November 5th. But we won't go into the details of that, as there's plenty of content on it. However, there are 2 things which need to be mentioned. Firstly, it will have full integration with Warzone, including a genuine new map which is in development and coming later this year. Secondly, after a year of fans calling out for an anti-cheat, Activision has decided to answer that call, though no further details have been given about it. Call of Duty is not the only game that is getting an anti-cheat. There have been reports of Destiny 2 getting a BattlEye anti-cheat. Bungie, the studio behind the game, has reportedly been working on this and has been testing it for months, but likewise there is no release date or details yet. In other news, one of the most trending free-to-play online shooter games, Splitgate, has announced that it will remain in open beta indefinitely. The news comes amid the game's increasing popularity, with it reaching more than 10 million downloads within its first 30 days of open beta, and the small studio struggling to cope up with it. For those who don't know about Splitgate, it's a multiplayer shooter game which lets the player make use of portals to outsmart their enemies and has very fluid game dynamics and gunplay. Moving on, a new battle royale game named Naraka Bladepoint has been making quite the highlights with its unique approach to this genre. Naraka Bladepoint is a 60-player melee and parkour-focused battle royale that lets players get close and personal. There are ranged weapons, but they aren't that lethal. The game features several heroes, each having their own role, special ability, and an ultimate attack, which greatly determines the flow of a fight. For example, Jotunheim is attack focused, having the ability called Sword Strike, which turns her normal strike into a ranged one and lets her teleport to the enemy's location, while her ultimate is a Mega Blade. The key to winning the game is good strategy and perseverance, while also efficiently utilizing parkour abilities, such as the grappling hook for swift movement. However, unlike most battle royales, the game is not free to play and starts from $20 and goes all the way to $50. On the topic of battle royales, Fortnite has introduced a new mode called Fortnite Impostors, which seems to be greatly inspired by the famous game Among Us. In this mode, 10 players are put into a facility named the Bridge, where players are given tasks to complete, and out of them, 2 players have to scheme and sabotage everything. However, Among Us developers are pretty upset about this, as Epic had no collaboration with them, with some even voicing their concerns over social media. What are your thoughts on this and the online gaming world? Do let us know in the comments.